Pentagon wants to start a special operation program inside Ukraine. U.S. military shuts down again fourth flying object over Michigan on Sunday. Morocco recalled their ambassador to France as tension with EU grow. These are the three geopolitical topics I'm going to cover today. Thank you for watching. Bob Sankara here. Do not forget to subscribe, hit the like. All right? Well, the Pentagon is looking to restart a special operation programs that it was conducting inside Ukraine before Russia invaded last year. The Washington Post reported on Friday the programs known as surrogate operation involve employing Ukrainian operatives to track Russian military movements and conduct information warfare. The Ukrainians involved in the programs would be overseen by the U.S. Special Operations Troops, and the other program involved U.S. commandos sending Ukrainians on reconnaissance missions in eastern Ukraine, where civil war had been raging since 2014. That was sparked by U.S.-backed group. Restarting the program would likely involve deploying U.S. troops to Ukraine, although it's possible they could direct the surrogates from outside the country. The Pentagon is trying to convince Congress to authorize the resumption of the surrogate programs in the Ukraine and insists they will be involved in non-combat operations. But there is skepticism among lawmakers. Wait a minute. What? No. American troops in Ukraine, not advisors, not special ops. It should be no period. The U.S. Congress doing nothing productive and useful for the betterment of American society or culture. You must be joking. A more worthless bunch has never existed. I love you, America, but you are going too far in this war against Russia. Sorry, but it's true. Americans need you more than Ukrainians do. Just what the world needs. America telling the true story on blogs just like they did when needing an excuse to rob Saddam's gold, oil. And there's Afghanistan. Did we ever come up with an excuse for it? Bad government. Always have an excuse for all the terrible things they do. The U.S. is a war more than a peace. War is biggest business. Anyone who believes this is risking being played for a fool. Enough said. America think World War has started. It began with the provocation by the U.S. to bring NATO to Ukraine, almost next door to Moscow. The skirmish of the war began with sanctions, which are economic warfare, and then with arming the Ukrainians with ever more and more lethal weapons, including precise targeting data. All this is the face of the economic sanction hurting the U.S. allies more than the Russians and the folly that Ukraine, no matter how much outside of supplies, can defeat Russia. Now that Russia has enlisted and trained 500,000 troops, the Wagner Group and local militia are being replaced by professional soldiers, and Russia's munition factories restarted in 2009 have ramped up production again. How can any objective observer think inserting U.S. force in any capacity make any sense at all? I have no idea what the U.S. and its poodles and the EU are up to, but I wouldn't put any money on them to win. All right? This is a BS. This needs to end. The U.S. military shut down another flying object on Sunday over Lake Huron in Michigan. Canada Defense Minister announced Canadian Defense Minister Anita Anand said the object was engaged by the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, the command responsible for the defense of U.S. and Canadian airspace. The incident marked the third time the U.S. shot down an unidentified object since the downing of a Chinese balloon off the coast of South Carolina. On Friday, President Biden ordered the Pentagon to shoot down an unidentified object over waters near Alaska. It's not clear what kind of objects were shot down since the Chinese balloon, which the U.S. claimed was a surveillance device and China insisted was a weather balloon used for civilian purposes. The White House said that the object shot down on Friday and Saturday did not look similar to the Chinese balloon, while the Pentagon just started shooting down this object. A report from the Office of the Director of the National Intelligence, DNI, released in January said unidentified flying objects were frequently reported to the U.S. military in recent years. Local authorities in China said they were ready to shoot the object down, but so far there's been no sign that it was down. What I know is that this mysterious flying object in remote areas did not pose a threat, but it cost an awful lot to down one each, or the cost of pop the Chinese weather balloon with a Sidewinder missile is a waste of $400,000. It's all about delusion. First they shoot it down, then they come up with the most outrageous stories to justify the decade-long propaganda campaigns. Why don't we talk about the lies that the US, EU, and even Russia as well tell the world before they all commit another war crime? They don't even know what they're shooting at. But first, let's throw the 800,000 missile at it and ask a question later, because that's apparently the policy now. On the Times website, I found a gem of a comment about volunteering to vet balloon watches or quickly to descend into the hysteria. The madness reminded me of a science fiction story I read years ago. Sorry, don't remember the title of the science. A passing UFO drop off a mysterious object along with a very brief message in alien language. Obviously, naturally, the object fell in America and soon is surrounded by guns, tanks, bombs, etc. Eventually, the course is declared and the threat and the military blows up. Just then, a word arrived that they translated the alien message. Please take good care of my little girl. Let's go to Africa. Well, on 11 February, Morocco announced that its ambassador to France, Mohamed Bichambu, would no longer carry out his diplomatic duties in the European country, with no replacement in sight following an order by King Mohammed VI, pending official confirmation. The king's order, reported by the Moroccan Daily Express, come on the same day that the European Parliament issue a statement warning about the lack of freedom of press in Morocco, as well as the alleged bribery scheme to gain influence in Brussels, which the North African kingdom has strongly criticized the accusation from Morocco about an alleged campaign by France within the EU to defame them reached such an extent that the French ambassador in Rabat, Christophe Lacourtier, come out and underline that they had nothing to do with that resolution in Brussels. France is always in the middle of creating chaos in Africa, all African countries. Thanks for watching.